Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Housewife Historian, and we are here to talk the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm going to be talking a little bit in code today because if you watch my channel and you watch my live, yes.
Is the plane going down? Are we gonna die? Why are you saying I'm sorry?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lindsay, the Housewife Historian, and I have been stricken with the flu and pink eye in the last week. So I am giving you guys just audio today. I apologize. I know you guys like video. Everyone, of course, prefers video, but unfortunately, I am in no condition, even with a filter, to be coming to you guys with my face and my pink eyes. So let's go ahead and just jump in, guys. Make sure that you're commenting, letting me know what your thoughts are. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. It's a great way to help my channel for free. I want to talk a little bit about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm going to be doing a live. Hopefully I get this posted before my live announcement goes out for tomorrow, because I have some really good tea I'm going to be putting in the video for you guys. It is going to be about New Jersey, and it is going to be some photographic evidence. You guys know I love photos. So you guys want to make sure that you're tuning in for that. And I think tonight we have Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 2. Are we on 2 or 3? I'm confused. I think we're on 3 actually, guys. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a review to that. I know I haven't been very faithful about keeping up with my reviews on Potomac, but I always get mixed reviews, but other people tell me that they get a lot of people that love Potomac reviews. So I'll give you guys another video. I did, my battery's dying on my computer. Oh, well, we'll freestyle it today. Anyways, guys, I did see a picture of Ashley Darby posted over the weekend, and they were like tearing her up. And Ashley's a really beautiful girl, but for some reason, I don't know if it was a lighting, it wasn't a very good photo, but it did not. I don't know. People kept saying she looked old, but I don't know if it's because she does seem to look a lot different in a way than when she first started filming, because when they did a flashback to her and Michael, when they opened the Australian restaurant, it was like Australian cuisine. Ashley was very beautiful and youthful. And so I'm just wondering if it's really her physical change, or is it the change that happens like when you go from only like having to take care of yourself to being responsible for 2 very tiny, very dependent human beings, guys. I mean, I'm just saying it's very possible. I hope that's not the case, because then I like worry about myself, and I'm like looking at pictures before I had my kid and after I had my kid, and I'm like, is it that I really look more youthful, or is it because of the kid, or is it because literally I feel like the first like 3 or 4 years of their lives, like how can you hardly keep up with makeup, hair, nails, job, house, laundry, cleaning, kids? Like, I don't know how women do it and like look beautiful unless if they have like a lot of family help. Maybe they have like that village. There's that saying that says it takes a village, unfortunately. I have not been blessed with a lot of that, and maybe that's why. Ashley, though, I mean, she has a nanny, I'm sure. They probably have help. Her mother doesn't have any other grandchildren that we know of, so I'm sure that her mother is a big help to her, but maybe she just looks different to the audience because she's been through 2 pregnancies and and practically a divorce and everything that Michael's put her through. Maybe that's aged her as well. Some other gossip that we're hearing on the Potomac home front, I guess we should just say we're talking Potomac today, guys, was that Robin's going to be demoted to a friend. That's what we're hearing. But I'm not mad about that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not mad about that, because it's like, if we had known, if we thought that Juan was just cheating and like we were like, ooh, juicy. I mean, even though it's like messed up because obviously they're a family, but you guys understand what I'm saying. We love the drama, even if it is like something like that. We're interested. The audience is now really, really interested in Juan and Robin and what's really going on behind the scenes. But however, she screwed herself because it is 2 years later. And so now we have to question her authenticity and her ability to be honest in real time. And then we also have to question Giselle because we know that Giselle supported Robin keeping this a secret. We know that Giselle supported Robin putting this on a Patreon and making money off of it. We know that there was a lunch had and strategic ways and moves were made to help Robin not have to disclose this whole situation with this girl from Canada that flew in allegedly to see Juan, and then now several years down the line allegedly tried to extort him. I know that you guys have to be up to the scoop on this, but if not, just a really, really quick run through. Basically, this girl came forward to a blogger. I think it's Giorgio Says. I think he's like really big on TikTok. I'm following him. Nice, seems like nice people. She came forward. She had text messages, conversations, and she had a hotel receipt. She was from Canada. She flew in. There was his credit card was used for the room. He gave Robin the excuse that the girl flew here for another team member, but lost her wallet at the casino, and all he did was go in and throw his card down. Then after all of that comes out, Robin goes on Watch What Happens Live, and basically Juan just fed her to the wolves, guys. Any woman out there, hear me now, okay? If your man cheats on you and you got to do some kind of situation where you're answering people's questions, don't answer on that mother effer's behalf, okay? Yeah, I would be like, you're coming with me. Robin lets his ass off the hook all the time, and that's part of the problem. He don't come to the reunions, and he let her go on Watch What Happens Live and take all that heat and all that hard questioning. I mean, if you're gonna be a cheater, at least I can have like a little bit more respect for the cheaters, like on Married to Medicine, that at least come to the reunion and take it like on the chin because they know they deserve it, right? So, i.e., Dr. Jackie's husband. Let's not forget what happened with him and that girl. That, if you guys remember, and they worked through it. And we know that Simone and her husband worked through some possible issues, not necessarily a physical infidelity, but possibly emotional infidelity. And Simone's husband was spending way too much time with this woman who was his best friend or some shit like that. And so, Simone was ready to leave him, and actually, and the reunion saved their marriage. So, um, it's just really, I think, sad for Robin because it's like already, if you guys have an arrangement, okay. I don't even know if I think Robin would be faithful and probably in a relationship with Juan if he wanted that. I think that, but then I also think back, guys, we have to kind of, add into the equation the fact that Robin has shared with the audience that Juan had a best friend and he was stealing from them. But there was also extracurricular activities between him and Robin, which now looking back, I'm thinking it was between all three of them. And it started as like a together thing and then went bad somewhere in the mix. That's probably a really nice way of saying it. But yeah, so that happened, and that's a little crazy too, because I think the guy ended up passing away, which is really, really tragic. Really, really tragic. So a lot of mistrust, a lot of infidelity, probably a lot of lies go with that, guys. We talk about this all the time with New Jersey. You're not gonna cheat for several years and have affairs and not be a bold-faced liar about it. Because guess what? When you cheat, you have to lie. Okay? You have to lie. You gotta lie face to face. And then you gotta lie next to somebody in bed at night. So that's if you are cheating on someone. Of course, there's lots of people out there that cheat, the girl or the guy doesn't have anyone, but the someone they're sleeping with has a significant other, and that's just bad, bad, bad karma. Anyway, guys, I think that Robin really blew it because of the fact that she thought this wasn't going to get out. She should have been proactive and brought it up herself. And if she didn't want to film it in real time, she should have done it the following season when she was a little bit more emotionally stable, processed it and could handle the press and the media and etc. Because now you've kind of screwed yourself. And I just see Bravo like giving her detention for 100%. And I think that Giselle is not really far from, behind that, except for the fact that she's like a secret producer and she moves the storyline. I mean, we don't get any of her personal life. We've talked about that. Everyone on the stage at the reunion said that thus far as well. And it's just it's kind of making Bravo look ridiculous at this point, especially with the generic storyline of Chris. And hands down, shout out to Evolution production editor, whoever like went back and played the scene of Chris not flirting with Sesame Street. Like, we appreciate that, but at the same time, it's like, Ashley, allegedly now, guys, we've talked about this before, and Potomac is known for this. They have a meeting before every season and they talk about who's going to be doing what. And yes, they do that with production, but the ladies also do it separately and sort of come up with a who's going to be on the chopping block this season type thing. And we know that specifically because they did it with Monique Samuels. After Annie Cohen's baby shower, they went out to dinner, yada, yada, yada. They were going to do the rumor that the youngest boy wasn't his, yada, 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 right? So Potomac's notorious for this. Allegedly, New Jersey's starting to do it, I guess, and Beverly Hills. But allegedly, this was sort of their plan that they were coming up with. And Ashley was coming in with a reinforcement with the friend that was lying on Chris after Giselle was going to come forward with the feeling uncomfortable situation, right? And then when everything started to go shit because Chris wasn't flirting, I can't really wonder how, like, when they realized everything was going to shit, if it was when they were filming or when they got the episodes, because they get them before we do. They get them like, I don't know. Sometimes they get them a week or two. Sometimes not very often. It just really depends on editors. It depends on it just depends on a lot of different things. Sometimes they get them earlier than other times. Anyways, I don't know if they realized it was going sour during filming or when they started to see it, but allegedly Ashley just really wanted to keep rolling with the plan. And I think that's why they ended up filming the dinner with her PYTs, the Pretty Young Things, and then the Sesame Street girl. Sorry, guys, I'm dead thirsty. And I think they did it because Ashley was like, let's roll with the plan, right? Let's just keep going with this. My friend's good. We're good. We're good. Everything's going to be good. But Chris was not engaging. And then again, production like rolled the footage back, and I'm just like cheering behind the scenes that they did that. And I think that Candace is too. And I think that this is going to elevate Candace as a housewife, even though it was a shitty season for her. I've seen more positive comments, more positive, I don't even want to say criticism, just positive comments, positive remarks, fans, subscribers, everyone really coming around to looking at Candace in a different light. Like, you know what? She has grown some. She's not perfect, but I definitely think that she has handled herself 100 million times better than she did during the whole Monique scandal. And maybe there's been some growth there in the last couple of years. I think that's what we're seeing. I think that it's authentic. I think that it's genuine. And I don't know if it's possible that maybe she took a Valium or something before the reunion. Maybe she drugged herself. I don't know. I'm not saying that she did. Maybe she just seemed very collected, right? She was very collected. She had her points and she was very well spoken about them, and she wasn't so emotional. And I tell this to people all the time. I'm like, once you get emotional in a situation, you start to lose control and you lose. Even if you have a conversation that you feel like you're losing it, if you keep your calm and the other person doesn't, you won, right? So getting emotional, even though it shows passion and it's okay to be passionate about things, like, you cannot be so gentle or so fragile. I guess I think she just came off really super fragile because she was fragile. Because I think she really had never experienced anything like that. And I don't know maybe who gave her like direction, if that's like the right word, like who said, okay, you should go to the police and file a police record and sue her. Yeah, that was not good advice. And so whoever did that, I hope that she parted ways with them, because that was really bad advice. That was probably the worst worst advice somebody could have gave her. Really, honest to God, that was terrible advice. And now we're seeing it happen again with Vanderpump Rules, right? Which is so wild. I'm not even going to get into all the Vanderpump Rules stuff because it is wild and deep. And if you know, you know, right? Maybe I'll do another episode on it. And what else did I want to tell you guys? The internet, of course, has been going wild. Lots and lots and lots of New Jersey stuff. Lots and lots of Melissa. She was on the Two T's in a podcast that came out Thursday or Friday, guys. I can't remember what day. And they did a 2-part series. I'm laughing because this is funny, guys. They did a 2-part series because I think they both wanted to make sure that they got an episode out of it. So technically Melissa was on their podcast, right? Because they had Jacqueline on a couple of weeks ago, and Melissa got mad about everything that was said, and Tamara ended up apologizing, which I thought was so wild. And I found these pictures of Melissa and Tamara from a long time ago. So it like kind of makes sense now, because I think that maybe they have been like low key behind the scenes friends longer than any of us realized, because I think they did events with like Brandy, I want to say, like a long time ago, before Brandy was like when she was on the Housewives in Beverly Hills. And then how about LVP? Instead of going into New Jersey, guys, because I mean that's a whole nother video in itself. I know you guys know that. Can we talk LVP on Watch What Happens Live? Some people said they thought even Andy Cohen was a little bit agitated at her, but I don't think so. I think that he just wants people to think that because he has to stay cool with Kyle Richards, because I think they've been longtime friends behind the scenes. And I think that likely they probably know a lot about each other. A lot. And so I think that Andy Cohen didn't want to make it look like, you know, he was team LVP. That's just my feeling. LVP, she handled herself, I thought, very well. Just to kind of recap with you guys, you know, he asked her some questions about how everything with Tom and what's going on and how she feels about it. And she really was great with answering questions. And she was very nurturing in the way that she would say, you know, sorry, I'm doing my makeup, guys. My makeup with my pink eye. She was really nurturing in the way that she would say basically that he, you know, nobody deserves to be harassed and bullied online. You know, this doesn't need to get physical. She doesn't believe in violence. Which of course she has to say all of that, right? And then she says something about like online bullying. Like she won't stand for it, you know, that Raquel or Rachel and Tom, and then like they don't deserve it or whatever. And she said, unless it is Lisa Renner or Kyle Richards, I don't support it. Oh, so Teddy was all up in a frenzy about that. I mean, obviously she was joking in a way, but why? Number one, my question was, why does Lisa Vanderpump let Dorit off the hook? Because you guys, you know, why is Dorit the one? She lets Dorit off the hook, and that always makes me wonder why. You know, like, is it because, I really don't think it's because she liked her that much. I mean, I think that she liked PK. I think they were very good buddies, friends. I just don't understand it. I don't know if it's because she wouldn't mind reconciling with Dorit because of PK, and so she's trying to take it easy on her. Because you guys have to remember the whole Puppygate thing really truly was because of Dorit and that dog, right? And yes, of course, Kyle and Lisa pushed it. Of course they did, because that was their chance to get LVP off. They didn't know if they would ever have it again. You know, you guys have to remember Teddy had a lot to do with that. She was over there plotting and planning with LVP when she would take her daughter or something to dance class. Teddy was also trying to get her brother on Vanderpump Rules. So she had gotten him a job at one of the restaurants. And so when she would take like one of the kids to dance or karate or whatever it is that they would go to 3 times a week, she would leave the studio and go over to the restaurant. Oh no, not to the restaurant, sorry. Well, she went to the restaurant, but she would go next to Vanderpump Dogs. And that is allegedly where John worked, and he was allegedly also helping to plot and plan the whole Dorit dog thing, right? Because the only reason that we found out that LVP was allegedly really planning this was because of Teddy. Teddy came out with it and said it, right? She said that they had these conversations, but allegedly they were through John, and everyone kind of forgets that it was actually Teddy who, allegedly turned on LVP. Because here's the messed up part, right? Teddy was down to get down to take Dorit down until basically she got caught, and so then she just turned on LVP instead, right? She saved herself. But she's like Miss Honesty, she's Miss Integrity, she's Miss Do What's Right, she's Miss Be Accountable. You guys know I hate that outfit. This is tea, guys, but she had a tummy tuck before she went on the Housewives. And it was actually the tummy tuck that helped her lose the weight, and it was the program and the accountability and the whole thing that she started. Her program originally was to maintain. There was lots of articles out and about, and there are some folks that remember what I'm talking about. I don't have screenshots, of course, because it was from when she very first came on the show. And I don't have the screenshots, of course, of the articles, and they're very hard to find. They were scrubbed, I think, from the internet pretty much. But it was before she came on the show, because she wasn't going to have any more kids. I don't think they even thought they could have any more kids, if you remember, before they had Dove. So I think that she had the youngest one and then got her tummy tuck, lost the weight, and started her accountability coaching, which turned into like the rapid weight loss program. But it was originally because she was just maintaining. She had a tummy tuck, so she was open about it originally before she came on the show. So I'm not sure if the article actually was like just a John Mellencamp's daughter speaks out type of People magazine article, or if it was as it pertains to the Housewives and when she got on the show. But I want to say that it was actually before the Housewives. Likely, probably why it's hard to find. But again, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm the historian, because I know a lot of old tea, and that is some old tea. No judgment. No judgment. I was talking to somebody about this on Instagram. Like, if you have money and you want to fix something, by all means, fix it. Like, I would too. My problem lies with don't lie about it. Don't lie about it and make other people feel shitty when, I used Oprah Winfrey as an example, right? Okay, do you guys remember when she was like the she was like the spokesperson for freaking Weight Watchers. She was the spokesperson for Weight Watchers, and everyone, all these women, like in the 90s, started joining Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers was a really big thing, even into the 2000s, I think. Do you guys remember Curves? Oh God, I guess. Ugh. Anyways, back to Weight Watchers. So Oprah Winfrey becomes the spokesperson for Weight Watchers, right? And she loses all this weight, and so she's on her show, basically, skinny, super duper skinny. She rolled out with like a wagon full of like red meat, like 26 pounds of it, and was like, this is equivalent to the weight that I lost. And it just looked like disgusting, right? And so everyone goes out and joins Weight Watchers, all of these women, to get on this plan and count their points, which is the same as counting calories, by the way. Like, if You can count calories. If you count points, you can count calories. Like, what is the difference? Anyways, it's a big thing in the 90s, but nobody was taking into account the fact that Oprah had a private chef cooking her the 3 meals a day that she needed under 25 points, and that she had a nutritionist that came in and made her menu and packed her pantry full of all of her favorite low-cal snacks. And guess what else? She didn't have a budget. She could just go to the store, go wherever, buy as much expensive, organic, whatever the hell her heart desired. And everyone does not have that luxury. She also had a trainer who had a program, of course, like catered to her and her body and her body type and what she needed to work out. So when she would go on TV and say Weight Watchers did it, well, Weight Watchers did, but so did your trainer and your nutritionist and your doctor, right? So when people are like, why would Kyle lie about Ozempic? We go back to the Ozempic, right? I told you guys before, Bravo Boo came out and said that she spoke with Kyle through DMs and really felt like Kyle was being truthful about not being on Ozempic. And